Top 20 US Citizenship Interview Questions. The U.S. Citizenship Interview is one of the final steps toward becoming a naturalized American citizen. During this process, a USCIS officer will ask you questions about your background, moral character, and knowledge of U.S. history, laws, and government. The interview helps determine whether you meet all the eligibility requirements for naturalization. 1. What is your full legal name? My full legal name is first name, middle name, last name, exactly as it appears on my permanent resident card, passport, and all legal documents. I have used this name consistently for all immigration forms, tax records, and official identification. I understand that my full legal name is the one recognized by law and must be the same across all official records. During this interview, I am prepared to provide my green card, driver's license, and passport to confirm my identity. I have never used any false or fraudulent name in any document or application submitted to any U.S. authority. 2. Have you ever used any other names? No, I have never used any other legal name, nickname, alias, or variation for official purposes. All of my records, including my birth certificate, passport, immigration forms, and identification documents, have always listed the same name, full legal name. I have not changed my name since birth, and I have not used any other name in legal, financial, or employment situations. If I had ever used another name, I would have disclosed it honestly on my naturalization application, Form N-400, as required by U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services regulations. 3. What is your date of birth? My date of birth is month, day, year. This date is exactly as recorded on my birth certificate, passport, and permanent resident card. I understand the importance of consistency in all official records, and I have always provided this exact date for all legal, employment, and immigration purposes. It is also the date I use when verifying my identity for government services, tax filings, and other official matters. My birth date confirms my age and eligibility for U.S. citizenship under the rules established by U.S. immigration law. 4. What is your country of birth? I was born in country of birth, as stated in my official birth certificate and passport. My place of birth has been the same in all my immigration and identification documents. I understand that my country of birth is different from my country of current citizenship or nationality and is simply the location where I was born. This information is also recorded in my Form N-400 application and confirmed in my permanent resident card. I have never provided false information regarding my birthplace and am prepared to show proof if necessary during this naturalization interview. 5. What is your country of citizenship or nationality? My country of citizenship or nationality is country name, which is the nation whose passport I currently hold, in addition to my status as a U.S. permanent resident. I have been a citizen of this country since birth and have maintained my nationality until I become a naturalized U.S. citizen. I understand that after taking the oath of allegiance, I may need to follow U.S. laws regarding dual nationality. This information matches all my immigration records, including my passport and green card. I have never claimed citizenship of any country to which I do not legally belong. 6. What is your current address and how long have you lived there? My current address is street address, city, state, zip code. I have lived at this address for number of years/months. This is my permanent residence and is the same address I provided on my Form N-400 application. I have received all USCIS correspondence, tax documents, and official mail at this location. I understand that USCIS requires me to report any address change within 10 days, and I have always complied with this rule. My living arrangement is stable, and I can provide proof of residence through utility bills, lease agreements, or official identification if requested. 7. What is your marital status? I am currently single/married/divorced/widowed, as stated in my N-400 application and all official records. My marital status has been accurately reported to USCIS, and if I am married, my spouse's name, citizenship status, and immigration details are all disclosed in my application. I have provided legal documents such as a marriage certificate, divorce decree, or death certificate if applicable. I understand that giving false information about marital status is a serious immigration violation. I am prepared to present proof to confirm my current status during this interview. 8. Do you have any children? If yes, how many and what are their names? Yes, I have numbered children. Their names are Child 1 name, Child 2 name, and Child 3 name, if applicable. I have listed all my children, including biological, adopted, and stepchildren, in my N-400 application, regardless of whether they live with me or not. I have provided accurate details about their dates of birth, current addresses, and immigration status. I understand that this information must be truthful and complete, as USCIS requires full disclosure of all children for immigration records. If required, I can provide birth certificates or legal guardianship documents as proof. 9. Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen? No, I have never claimed to be a U.S. citizen in any legal, employment, voting, or immigration-related situation. I have always truthfully stated my actual immigration status as a lawful permanent resident. I understand that falsely claiming U.S. citizenship is a serious offense under U.S. immigration law and can result in permanent ineligibility for citizenship. I have never registered to vote or voted in any U.S. election without authorization. All of my job applications, government forms, and official documents have accurately reflected my true legal status. 10. Have you ever failed to file a tax return since becoming a permanent resident? No, I have never failed to file any required federal, state, or local tax returns since becoming a U.S. permanent resident. I understand that as a lawful permanent resident, I am required to comply with all U.S. tax laws, regardless of where my income is earned. Each year, I have submitted my tax returns on time or requested extensions if necessary. I have also paid any taxes owed or made arrangements to pay them. My IRS tax transcripts and receipts are available as proof of my compliance. I know that tax responsibility is part of good moral character. 11. Have you ever been a member of the Communist Party or any terrorist organization? No, I have never been a member of the Communist Party, any totalitarian organization, or any terrorist group. I have never supported, joined, or assisted in the activities of any group that seeks to harm the United States, its people, or its allies. I believe in democracy, freedom, and the values outlined in the U.S. Constitution. My background checks, travel history, and personal conduct reflect that I have no associations with groups that are violent, extremist, or anti-government. I fully reject any ideology or action that promotes harm or instability to the United States or its democratic principles. 12. Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer? No, I have never been arrested, cited, charged, or detained by any law enforcement authority in the United States or any other country. I have no criminal record and have always followed local, state, and federal laws. I understand that honesty is critical during this process and that any past legal issues must be disclosed, even if charges were dropped. My background checks will confirm that I have maintained good moral character throughout my time as a permanent resident. I am committed to being a law-abiding citizen and contributing positively to my community and the United States as a whole. 13. Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? Yes, I fully support the U.S. Constitution and the democratic form of government it establishes. I believe in the principles of freedom, equality, and justice for all people. The Constitution is the foundation of American law and protects the rights of every citizen, while also ensuring that the government remains accountable to the people. I respect the separation of powers among the legislative, executive, and judicial branches. By becoming a U.S. citizen, I commit to upholding these values, following the laws, and defending the freedoms that make the United States a strong and fair nation for everyone. 14. Are you willing to take the oath of allegiance to the United States? Yes, I am fully prepared and willing to take the oath of allegiance to the United States. I understand that this oath is a serious and lifelong commitment to renounce loyalty to any other country and pledge complete allegiance to the United States. It also means supporting and defending the Constitution, obeying U.S. laws, and serving the country when required, whether in military service or in a civilian role. Taking this oath is an honor, and I am ready to fulfill the duties and responsibilities of citizenship with loyalty, respect, and dedication to the nation's democratic values. 15. Have you ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces? No, I have never served in the U.S. Armed Forces. However, I deeply respect the men and women who serve and protect the United States, often at great personal sacrifice. I understand that military service is an important duty for some citizens and lawful permanent residents, and it can also provide an expedited path to citizenship in certain cases. While I have not served, I am grateful for the freedoms and safety that the U.S. military ensures. I am willing to support the armed forces in any way I can if called upon in the future as a U.S. citizen. 16. Do you understand what it means to bear arms on behalf of the United States if required by law? Yes, I understand that bearing arms means serving in the U.S. military and using weapons to defend the United States if required by law. This responsibility is part of the oath of allegiance and reflects a citizen's duty to protect the country's security and freedom. If the law requires my service, I am prepared to fulfill this duty honorably. I respect the sacrifices of those who have served before me and recognize that protecting the Constitution and the nation's democratic values is an essential part of citizenship in the United States of America. 17. Do you understand the rights and responsibilities of U.S. citizenship? Yes, I understand that U.S. citizenship grants important rights, such as the right to vote, run for public office, apply for federal jobs, and receive full protection under the law. These rights also come with responsibilities, including obeying all laws, paying taxes, serving on a jury if called, and defending the country when necessary. As a citizen, I am expected to participate actively in the democratic process, respect the rights of others, and contribute to the well-being of my community and the nation. I accept these rights and responsibilities fully and will honor them as part of my commitment to America. 18. Can you name the 3 branches of the U.S. government? Yes, the 3 branches of the U.S. government are the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch. The legislative branch, which includes Congress, the Senate, and House of Representatives, is responsible for making laws. The executive branch, led by the President, enforces laws and manages national affairs. The judicial branch, made up of the Supreme Court and other federal courts, interprets laws and ensures they follow the Constitution. This separation of powers creates a system of checks and balances, preventing any one branch from becoming too powerful and ensuring the protection of democracy and individual rights in America. 19. Who is the current President of the United States? The current President of the United States is current President's name. As the head of the executive branch, the President is responsible for enforcing federal laws, leading the armed forces, and representing the country in foreign affairs. The President also plays an important role in shaping national policy, working with Congress to create laws, and ensuring that the Constitution is upheld. I make an effort to stay informed about U.S. political leaders because knowing who represents the country is an important part of being an active and responsible citizen in a democratic society. 20. What is the highest law of the land in the United States? The highest law of the land in the United States is the U.S. Constitution. It serves as the supreme legal authority, meaning all federal, state, and local laws must follow it. The Constitution defines the structure of government, outlines the separation of powers, and guarantees fundamental rights and freedoms to all citizens. It ensures that no law can contradict its principles. This document is the foundation of American democracy, protecting both the rights of the people and the integrity of the government. As a citizen, I will respect, follow, and defend the Constitution at all times.